Hello and welcome back to Dial H for HeroClix. This episode, we're going to be talking a lot about Venom, a lot about Toy Fair, and a little bit about Pulp. This is episode 582. Howdy, howdy, let's get rowdy.
Do you really want to click save?
Leadership.
Roll a 6, make a move extreme.
Token up.
Take an action from your team. I go straight to your start. Hypersonic speed.
Roll a 5.
Getting brave, hitting blades, claws, fangs.
KO.
Stick and move, click a few just to hit a stop. Need a 3 CCE on a flurry close.
Tear your dials apart.
Once the timer starts. Do you really want to click save? What's going up must come down. Do you really want to click save? Baby, you got it bound. Find the word you soon become. You're the best, the judge is wrong, but you amplify the damage on. Roll your dice for initiative, son.
Dial H for HeroClix. You can use code DialH10 on the shop.whizkids.com store if you want to save 10% on your HeroClix orders over there. Not available certain pre-orders, iconics, or promos. Joining me like always in the studio is Ian Eggleston. What's up, Ian?
Wow, yeah, hey.
That caught me off guard. That threw me off. That was...
No more cool stuff.
Yeah.
I missed the farewell there, but, there's no bad blood. Just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah.
It was already clarified, but they sent us an email just letting us know that they are re-looking at carrying HeroClix as a whole. And one last plug for them. They do have 50% off on everything. I ordered a bunch of random stuff the other night. I got like a White Lantern Animal Man for $2.
I bought a ton of stuff, too. I filled out some sets.
I got a Barry Allen from DC 75th for $1. A slew of Batman I was missing, which is always nice. Missing a bunch of cheap ones there. So, hey, for the last time, go check out cool stuff for 50% off. And the Dial 5 code still worked for me.
Oh, did it? Okay. When did you make your order?
A couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago? The Dial 5 code did not work for me this last
okay, well, it
weekend.
doesn't work anymore.
I don't think it does. Maybe I put it in wrong or something, but...
It went through.
Went through? Okay. So it's like 50-50. Maybe you can still save 5%
It's like
off
Titanic. Like they only let one of us on the discounted raft.
Can be on the discount door.
Yeah.
Only one of you can fit on the Dial 5 discount door.
Yeah, listening to you rattle off the intro to the show and having it not include that.
It was weird. Well, that's why there was that weird pause. I'm like, no, wait. I don't have to do this anymore. I'm free.
Unshackled. It's like the scene in Black Adam.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like Black Adam.
Yeah. They went
very
and locked you
prominent.
away.
Yeah. I finally opened and busted.
What I love about it's funny that you use the word finally
Adam.
Because he was locked away for a totality of 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, like no time at all.
You have to go to super jail. I agree. Well, there's this big evil thing that we kind of knew about beforehand. Who's the person who can save us? What about that guy we locked away 10 minutes ago?
Get him out here.
And he has this big, I'm back scene, and it's like he's not. It's like
he wasn't really gone. He wasn't really gone for that long. This
what
big
a bummer.
Power up, all this other stuff. I'm like, okay, I guess.
Well, how's your week, Calder?
It's quite silly. It was good. It was a good week. What made me happy this last week? I finally watched Weapons.
So good.
It really was so good. I felt I need to see these movies in theaters. I watched the first 10 minutes of Weapons and I was like, whatever. And then I went and did something else. And that was 2 months ago. And now I was finally like, I've got some time to kill. Let me try to watch Weapons again. And it's weird that it was more so a mystery thriller. Horror stuff absolutely happens. There's some pretty nasty gore in it. But that's not really the point of the movie at all.
Not the focus at all.
It was a great story. I also didn't realize that Alden Ehrenreich was in it. I love that dude. That's one of my favorite actors of recent years. I loved him in Hail Caesar. When everybody was hating on Solo, I was like, but my boy is in it. I can't hate on Solo. So seeing him in the movie was great. I'm not going to spoil Weapons about any of the characters, but I thought it was great. I liked Archer, played by...
The perspectives of it.
The perspective is great. Yeah, the anthology series.
I kind of want more movies to do that now. And then the other thing that I really like, and this is also what makes a good Dracula movie, is that there's no exposition. There's an evil thing. It does evil stuff.
Yep.
That's it.
Dude, and then even when it's all said and done, you really don't understand the how and why.
And
well,
you
you understand the why, I guess, but you don't really understand like the
need to,
how
though.
any of that like worked. And you didn't need to. I will say, since you mentioned Dracula, I also saw the new Dracula movie, the Dracula 2026. It has Christoph Waltz in it. He plays a Van Helsing-like role. But if anybody remembers, I don't even know if I did a big long rant about how much Nosferatu like sucked last year. But Nosferatu, like
I caught it.
I had, yeah, you definitely caught it. I had like crash out level rants on how much I hated Nosferatu and really disliked that movie overall. Robert Eggers is like a coin flip. The Vavitch, awful movie.
I was about to say,
horrible movie.
You had called me right after, and you're like,
Dude.
and get this, saw the director's name, and I was like, oh. We both
Not
really did
surprised.
not like the Vavitch, as we
Vavitch,
call
dude.
it.
Oh, it's
the
so
witch.
bad. But Lighthouse is great. So Robert Eggers is
Lighthouse is a good movie.
a coin flip director. A lot of some bad, some good. But this new Dracula movie, phenomenal, dude. It was amazing. It had great pacing. It kind of told it in slightly different order, but it was very much Bram Stoker's Dracula. And it was just a ton of fun. It was a good time. It had a few like bits where you're like, oh, that was like a silly thing. That was like a goofy thing to do.
And that's okay,
And I kind
right?
of and I really enjoyed it. No,
Yeah.
it didn't completely take you out of the movie. It wasn't played like, whoa, that's hilarious. But it was like, oh,
Open this can
That
of
was
peanuts,
silly.
Jonathan.
aren't you starving?
It's like a snake shoots out of the can.
The dumb spring. Yeah, the spring, dude.
Why'd you have me do that?
Oh,
It
my
is
God.
a joke.
That would be so good.
Light humor.
Like humor, Jonathan Arker. But no, I would highly recommend, honestly, a lot of movies in theaters right now. I would highly recommend, if you haven't seen Marty Supreme yet, go watch Marty Supreme.
That's one I still need to watch.
really, really, really good. Very similar to Good Time, kind of in a way, of like a character doing stuff.
That really
making
is
things
such
happen.
a good movie.
I would highly recommend that. Dracula. I want to go see Send Help and Iron Lung and a few other movies still. And then my dad's recommendation. He watched 3 movies last week. The Solo Mia, the whatever movie with Kevin James. He was like, it's kind of a chick flick, but you should go check it out. It's pretty good.
I don't know
like
this
Kevin
one.
James. There's like a new Kevin James movie. The Handmaid, the Sydney Sweeney movie. Said
Yep.
it was really good. And then he said Send Help. He watched Send Help, which is a Sam Raimi horror movie. This is the first time Sam Raimi's directed a horror movie since oh my gosh, Ticket to Hell or whatever it's called. Drag Me to Hell. We
Oh,
watched
yeah.
that.
Dude, we did.
So
The ending of that is hilarious.
it is hilarious. It is wild.
very
but that is
accurate
just
to the
how it
title.
ends. But yeah, just good movies, I guess. That's what made me happy this week. It's a lot of good movies. Highly recommend, if you haven't seen Weapons yet, watch Weapons.
Heck yeah, man.
And then I'm going to try to get through, I think, Sinners finally, and what's it called? One Battle After Another this week. I watched the first 20 minutes of One Battle After Another, and I was like, dang, when are the battles going to start? This
Dude.
is slow. This sucks. So I'm hoping I can watch it this week. Hopefully I can.
Yeah.
What about
man.
what about you? What's been going on? What
I've
made
gotten
you happy?
so many movie recommendations this last week, and I need to sit down and watch them. Yeah, I ended up on the phone with Luke, one of our
Heck yeah.
camera feller
Luke's the
at
man.
Worlds, and we talked movies, and it is just always so wild to talk to him because he will have the most yes, I absolutely agree with that take, and you have such an articulate way of saying the things that I can't. He can explain why things are good in a much more defined way.
Right.
And then he'll say some crazy stuff yeah, and
Watch that Sean William Scott movie that actually kind of sucks.
no, and honestly, Black Widow is a top 5 Marvel. He didn't say that.
That'd be wild.
But he, he had some interesting takes on Black Widow. So be it. But yeah, definitely need to catch up on movies. Honestly, I've been in more of a crime thriller, crime documentary phase right now.
Your documentary, yeah, I'm not. I don't watch documentaries at all.
I love documentaries. It doesn't necessarily need to be crime or mystery.
What was the doc? Just kind of crime stuff?
Well, dude,
As
there's
of recent?
this.
Okay.
There's this one that I've been watching with it's with a Texas Ranger who does his own style of interviewing.
Chuck Norris.
Honestly. But the guy is very against the grain, does things his own way, and that's
Wow.
very much how it's marketed.
Right.
And it's kind of silly at first, but then you watch him work, and he actually does the opposite of what an interviewer does. An interviewer typically in this fashion wants to give the person they're interviewing space to talk about these things to hopefully get them to slip up.
Right.
Whereas this guy goes in and he establishes himself. He's like, I want you to know I'm never wrong. I'm the best at what I do. And he reinforces this idea.
Okay.
And so he builds this kind of interesting rapport with these criminals. about how it's like, no, I get it. Like you're a guy of respect. I am too. And then slowly but surely he gets them to like unravel these crazy stories. And it's really fun to watch. It's a bit like goofy that it's like, and I'm the Texas Ranger and I come in, but they really do call this guy in to like solve mysteries. So that's been coming out every week. I've been really enjoying that show. But on Saturday, my girlfriend and I went to a hot pot restaurant, which was super good. Haven't done a hot pot in a hot minute. And let me tell you.
Hot pot is like...
You cook it at the table. It's like a big thing. So you get your broth, and then it was just like a buffet style, like grab what you want. They'll bring out whatever. So I had some crab legs, I had some fish, oysters, a whole 9 yards, beef, chicken, whatever.
That sounds good.
And because you eat it, like you like put it in the pot and cook it, and you eat it. So you're just eating like piece by piece by piece. So you don't really track how much you're eating. By the end of it, I was like, I'm starting to feel full. I was like, but I haven't really like had that much food. And then I started thinking about it. I was like, I probably had like 2 pounds of crab legs. Just had like
a little
couple
bit
trays of beef,
yeah.
All these noodles. Like, oh my gosh, that was awesome. And then I did something that I've never really done in my adult life, which is I went and like shopped for alcohol. I've never been that person.
Okay.
I've never been explorative with drinking. I've just kind of been like, oh yeah, I like what I like. So we went to this place called Total Wine afterwards, and it was so much fun actually. Like they had like this whole aisle of just like single beers. You could build your own 6-pack.
That actually is pretty cool.
And I went there hunting for a beer that Ryan O'Polk actually brought to Omaha when he was here. And they said that they had 4 in stock. I was like, that's enough, because this is literally like the best drink I've ever had. It's like my favorite all the time. And I ended up finding like 16 cans of it, so I was really happy. But it's like a seasonal
Did you buy 16?
Yeah, I bought all of them.
Oh my gosh.
Of course I had to, dude. I want to enjoy them
That's so funny.
without being like, oh, I don't want to waste them.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So it's like a spicy pickle sour beer, which
Yeah.
I know immediately people are like, that's disgusting.
But it's right up your alley. That's
Dude,
all
it's
you.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's all like these unique flavors put together, but they had so many different kinds of alcohol and so many different kinds of beers. We ended up just buying like 20 different beers to try, and it's so we had a couple of those.
Nice.
And yeah, I don't know, like it's just never been my game. I've always been like, sure, I'll just take a light beer or a rum and coke. Never been a
it's usually
explorative guy.
Yeah.
And it was fun to do that. So
It was fun.
now that I've dabbled in furthering my drinking, maybe I think I'll do gambling next. I'm kidding.
I think I'm going to pick up gambling as a hobby.
Yeah, genuinely, like it was fun to do that. So we got all these. Like I got like a peanut butter beer, which
That's cool.
probably
That
try
does
that
sound
one
yummy.
next weekend.
Nice.
So yeah, it was a good weekend, man. Just kind of hanging out, but definitely slacking on the movies. I don't know, just like documentaries about murder have had my attention.
Are you a
Perfect thing
girl?
to fall asleep to.
Yeah, that's like so many women are obsessed with like the murder documentary podcast.
I mean,
and
I get it.
I don't. I really don't get it at all. Genuinely.
Like,
Ugh.
I think that's just. I don't know. I think I haven't just kind of always had an interest in that. Like I've liked this stuff for a long time, and like in school, went for psychology. That was a big thing I like to learn about as well. Is like, what is the difference between these people? Like, is it a decision? Is it Joker where it's just one bad day?
Right. Or are they just a sociopath?
And a lot of the
wired
times,
differently.
it's just like history of like abuse. These people were nurtured in a horrible way, but then you have like other cases where they're not. And it's just, I find all of that very interesting. Anyway,
That's cool.
So
What do we want to? We got a lot to talk about. So I currently have the Toy Fair thing in front of me. I feel like that's the most interesting. So let's talk about our Venom unboxing really quickly.
Oh yeah,
I would say so that dropped today. I love the buzz that it's getting. I'm honestly really surprised and pleasantly surprised.
I feel like
by
I'm more
everything.
hyped about it because people are more hyped about it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, like neither of us are like diehard symbiote Venom like guys.
And a quick pause on that. I feel like for the last however many sets we've just been opening. Now this isn't like our cup of tea, and I started thinking like, well, what is my cup of tea? And I was like, oh, it's the next.
It's
set.
the next. Yeah. Yeah. I'm about to say, mine apparently is going to be the set after. Which
Yeah.
I'm very excited. So I'm very excited about.
We're hitting the lottery this year.
Yeah.
Man. This
Dial
is
H.
big.
Dial H eating good this year, and I'm excited. I'm very excited about
Dude,
it.
I'm excited for the set you're excited about too.
Also true. Yeah.
It's a
gonna
lot
be
of
it's
hopefully
gonna be
some
gnarly.
cool stuff in there,
dude.
And I like the
Something I'm looking for.
I'm now reading comics enough to where I'm seeing things and going like, wait, I know I've read that. Oh my gosh, like with the Kingpin that I had mentioned in the video.
Right, yeah,
I was
that
like,
is really
I'm
cool.
pretty sure that's the presidential
gonna be
run
coming out.
Kingpin.
Yeah.
And if they, I don't want to spoil that story. You should legitimately read Devil's Reign 1 through 6.
Yeah.
It is such a good story. But if they do the stuff that Kingpin does in that storyline in HeroClix, he will be very sick.
Pretty
I
strong.
think.
Pretty gnarly. Sweet.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm stoked for it. But for the Venom set, we saw, honestly, the things I was most excited for is what we saw in Scott's unboxing. It was just Rex Strickland and the symbiote soldier. Obviously, soldier's my favorite keyword, giving all soldiers stealth and flurry. At the cost of 50 points, I don't know how good that'll actually be, but just being able to give every single Captain America flurry is pretty gnarly. Alec Musser at HeroClix USA, he had a really cool little short video today where he talked about how he plans on pairing him with that Wolverine that can like full speed charge, all that stuff. That's pretty gnarly. That's a pretty good soldier to give flurry to with the knockback
Pegasus
kinetic claws. Well, he can't hypersonic and do it.
yeah, but he gives charge.
Oh, he does? Oh, you're right. He does give charge. Okay.
And
Also true.
also,
You just play
Zala
multiples.
can just drop him off, and then he can flurry with +1 damage.
That is also true.
Now,
That actually
granted,
is
that's
really
an
gnarly.
140-point combo.
Yeah, Rex Strickland is a lot. I think in Pulp he'll be a blast.
I like him
think
a lot more in 400 silver.
We could see a lot in 400 silver, Pulp, just anything that increases the overall point value. I think we'll see more for Rex Strickland. And then like 97 cap overall with soldier keyword stuff. Just seems like Soldier's getting a lot of love recently, which I'm a big fan of because I love Soldier. So that's what I'm most excited for in the set. I think the equipment we pulled, specifically Venom's axe, is just insane to me. It blows my mind that that's like real. That like, and again, I'm going to use an easy example. Rogue Prime, you give her Venom's axe, and then she just targets one person, then the adjacent other person takes the 7 damage. Like, as
and
well.
you also get to unequip them.
And then she
because
gets
it's
to do
Rogue
a
Prime.
free attack, and then also like unequip them with either Rogue Prime or just KO the equipment, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's just so much. Like, does it make other things good? Yeah. Does it make the good things just better that are already good? Also, yes.
I would still wager that like Animal Man and Destroyer Armor's better on her. Like she doesn't need
Probably.
She doesn't
No.
need help on
Yeah.
offense.
No, she doesn't. But I like to. One commenter was saying that Harley Quinn Pulse Wave, and it just will destroy all the equipment. Which any Pulse Wave piece. I don't think that's how it works, though.
No, because it's choose a hit character.
Is that what it is?
yeah,
Okay.
it's singular.
Thank goodness. Okay. But if you have like Flurry, one hit character, the next hit character,
Yeah.
right? So any Flurry piece.
Or just like you're doing
multi-attack
quadruple damage because it's 2 attacks,
it's
2
so-
targets.
It's so gnarly. And for 10 points, that's such a cheap equipment. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll pay that. I'll put that on anybody. I don't care if they
I
have
mean,
Venom in the name or not.
That's what it boils down to. Is I'll put it on anyone, and it makes them a lot
So
better.
good. Just
and
insane.
it bypasses so much stuff. Like I don't care about your shape change. I don't care about like Mastermind if they both become hit targets.
Yeah. I don't care about hitting you at all.
No,
Because they just choose you to also just take the damage. That's nuts.
it's really
It's
really
so,
good.
So strong.
Really good
so.
workaround for just so many things where it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll take that too. So Venom's axe is crazy. The Carnage Spear as well is really interesting.
I think it's gnarly.
I think that will be an equipment that is a bit like slept on, honestly.
Okay.
But the fact that you can make 1/6s, it's going to be really easy to like guarantee a crit. Literally. I mean, we knew how good the star was. Granted, now you didn't have to pay for that, and it influenced more than the attack roll. It was a random tarot card. But still, the fact that you can say, like, all right, like if this hits, you're going to be hurting. And if you're not, it's just Giant Reach 3 Battle Fury. That's good on a lot of things. So it's not the Venom
Yeah.
Axe, but still very solid. And now I'm really curious, like, what other equipment is in this set?
Right.
Like, I mean,
Venom's axe, Carnage's spear,
yes,
Lasher's dog collar,
Captain America's gun,
Captain America's gun.
Yeah.
Ooh, I
There
hope
you
so.
go.
I hope it makes
Batman's gun.
it. Poison Captain America's gun.
Yeah, the poison gun, everyone's
Poison,
favorite.
obviously, of course.
I think some other highlights that really stood out to me. Well, one is just like the super rare selection I find really interesting. Now, granted, again, like the Nulver stuff, not huge on. I flipped through some like Venom Wars and a handful of other things before the Venom set had come out.
Yeah.
And yeah, just not really my vibe. Like it's just it's too much. Like it's just like ugh.
Yeah.
But the things in it are awesome. Like one thing that I was hoping for was like Sleeper as a cat in this set, which is like Dylan Brock's little pet. I was hoping we'd get the actual like sleeper like Venom suit.
Yeah, when you showed me a picture of what that guy looked like, I was like, oh yeah, that would have been gnarly to get in the set.
Dude,
that
he's
was cool.
really, really cool looking. But the ones we got, like Host Rider, is awesome. Malekith is like, what even is this? Like, some Malekith fan has to be losing their mind over that one. And then the Dylan Brock, like, Codex was like,
Yeah,
I don't really like Null. I don't know.
I don't love Null all that much. Sorry, Kevin. I don't really love Null all that much. And like Dylan Brock, who cares about this kid? Respectfully, I don't really care. I read like the Venom stuff for War of the Realms when I was getting excited for that set, and like so much of it had to do with like Dylan Brock in the little Venom story. I'm like, didn't even know he had a son. I didn't know Eddie was like had a kid at this point. Why is he so prominent in all of these roles? Like, I just was never attached to Eddie Brock's kid all that much for him to be a prominent character in anything.
No,
okay.
I really like the classic Venom stuff. That's where I land. I think Carnage is cool.
I think would have really hoped for was more Agent Venom. I like that we are getting like Agent Venom. We saw that. There's what's it called? He had a little sidekick. Her name was like Mania or Maniac or something, and she was like this spiky punk rock Venom girl. And I think she would have been cool to get.
Oh, yeah, I do know who you're talking about, actually.
You know, so just like Agent Venom, all the Flash Thompson stuff was cool, and I thought it would have been cool to like see her for a bit.
She has like hair and like she has like a little umbrella sometimes.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
What is her name?
That was like Mania or Nail or something weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Yeah. But she seemed cool. A lot of Flash Thompson stuff was like him like killing like hobgoblins early on, which I always really dug.
The early Flash Thompson stuff was awesome.
So good.
So cool. Chase and I were both big on that. Like when that was coming out, he was buying those comics.
Heck
and
yeah.
I'd read them, and that was awesome.
Hey.
But other than that, the thing that I am most interested in now, it's not any of the chases.
Okay.
We see that we have a Scorpion super rare, which I like that. I like my Sinister Syndicate, especially recently. I think they've been so much fun. But the super rare Prime, presumably, because it's a B, is Venom. Scorpion has a big old tail. He green. What else could that be? I'm pretty sure that's going to be the Matt Gargan Venom, who, if you don't know who that is, look up some pictures of him. He looks so sick.
Look up his Marvel Snap card art. Because that's on the table.
It is. Yeah, hey.
I guess. Yeah, it's so funny.
So that's my biggest like hype for future stuff.
Okay.
Of the chases, I'd say of what we haven't seen, Hybrid, especially after we get that combined card art in the boosters. You guys saw that in our video. So I'm really curious to see what Hybrid is going to do with kind of all those people coming together and making Hybrid.
Exactly, the Exodia card art, which that was so fun to collect.
Dude, I hope they do that more.
I really want to see it too.
I will keep a set of those 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, that's really cool.
Little frame thing of all the Exodia cards.
Probably
to make Hybrid. It's so cute.
What's it called? Where you
put like in a shadow box or something?
No. Oh my gosh, why can't I think of it? It's gonna be so stupid when I remember it. When you like run it through a machine to put a layer of plastic over.
Oh my god, laminated.
Yeah, do a little laminated set of them.
There you go.
Yeah, okay, I might do that.
That'd be kind of cool. I would dig that. Yeah, I don't know what's thinking of this set so far. I think the most exciting stuff.
I like it a lot more.
I do like it more. It's building more hype. I think, I told you after the unboxing was over, like what makes HeroClix more special or just so unique compared to like Marvel Crisis Protocol, one of my favorite games, Marvel Champions, like all this stuff, is that HeroClix gets so much. And a lot of times people like complain about that. Oh, there's so many things to buy. There's so many things, whatever. What's so cool is that in any other, for the most part, like video game, miniatures game, card game that has Marvel stuff in it, it's not going to be half as fleshed out as HeroClix.
No.
So getting Malekith Venom with the Necro sword and the wings, that's like never going to happen in Marvel Crisis Protocol. You're lucky you get a normal standard version of the character, right? We would have never gotten Cap on a Pegasus, Cap with Mjolnir, like all these crazy different diverse versions of characters would not exist in most other miniatures games because they're not as fleshed out as HeroClix, and that's the coolest thing about HeroClix.
Well, another thing is Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Yeah, also true. Marvel. Well, there's also a DC miniatures game out there, I think.
What's it
But
called?
I don't know.
Oh,
but I know
wow, it
there's-
must not be very
but I
good
know
then.
It probably isn't. But even like games like Unmatched or games like I forget the Chibi Marvel game that someone actually gave us, which is really cool. We really appreciate that. But like that one isn't super fleshed out either.
No.
So as far as like miniatures go, and by the way, you don't have to paint these. Also, so
That's
nice
the
for
biggest
me,
plus.
which I love. So yeah. You're going to get the most fleshed out, unique, crazy, wacky versions of any characters in HeroClix because it gets to be that fleshed out, because they get to make that much product and they get to expand so much on Marvel and DC and all this stuff. There's like DC deck building games that have been going on for years that haven't scratched the surface of the Lantern core, let alone gotten some of the most like coolest like Lanterns alternate stuff ever, because they're too busy reprinting Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. You know,
reprint one of those, but
not all three
Not
of them
all three
all
of
the
them,
time.
yeah.
But yeah, so and I don't know. Like that's just to me that's the coolest thing. Like this set is dedicated
is.
to basically alternate versions of characters, which in most other games that never happens.
you're not going to
Which
get
is-
that.
which
Not
is
even
really
close
cool.
to it.
And I'm not even a Venom guy, but like, oh, the Venom horse, that's sick. The Venom T-Rex from freaking Old Man Logan, that rules. Like that's awesome. So yeah, I love
I think
this
there's a
stuff.
lot of stuff to like about it, even if you're not in this category of fan. And yeah, a lot of that boils down to like, this is, I think, comparable to something like Wheels of Vengeance, where Wheels of Vengeance was very much its own thing. Venom feels the same way, and that's good. So ultimately, if these things aren't for you, that's okay, because on like a scale of like, I really like this, oh my gosh, and I'm not interested, you might have more people in that camp, but you're going to have less people in the middle. You're going to have a lot of people on either end of it, which I don't know. That
I would
to me
say
is
so.
exciting. Not
Yeah.
every set needs to be that, but for the people
agree.
who are really enjoying this set, yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying it now more because of you. So keep
Man,
enjoying it.
True. Yeah. Honestly, all the comments I thought were very surprised, and they're like, "Wow, this is like so awesome. This like reinvigorated my hope and like blah blah for the set." I'm like, "Oh wow, like really cool. Like,
Yeah, that's awesome.
I know we showed off cool stuff, but I was surprised just how insanely positive and how cool the
Definitely
the
a
response
shift
was,
in sentiment towards the set.
which is awesome. So I'm really glad to hear that, and hopefully some more unboxings that come from HeroClix headquarters or HeroClix USA or anybody else that gets product, Alpha Strike. Hopefully they just keep the ball rolling on some just really freaking cool stuff in the Venom set. But speaking of other really cool, awesome stuff, this is like the picture of the week. This is like my favorite thing that's happened. McConnell Lamar posted this image from New York Toy Fair, and it is a picture of the WizKids booth. So just going off the top row here, just since it's things we mostly know about, there's going to be a Venom 400 set, which makes sense. The Venom Chase Booster is very oozy and cool looking. We see the Venom Horse, the Venom T-Rex, which looks sick, as well as the Venom Map and Terrain kit that looks like it has Black Suit Spider-Man and Carnage in it, I would say. But the coolest thing is we see Venom Galactus. We'd already known a little bit about him from Worlds, and we saw a picture, like a digital render of him at Worlds, but seeing how big he's going to be, so like taller than a HeroClix booster by a little bit, he looks sick. He looks awesome. Hopefully,
Yeah, I love that.
the way he's sculpted makes me think maybe they could do a head swap and
It's straight from the panel.
could do another Galactus, like a normal updated Galactus, as well as a Venom Galactus. But this looks gnarly. Just massive Venom Galactus tongue. He's going to look so cool next to all the other Galacti that you may have collected.
I'm a
So
sucker for Galactus. I love
he just
Galactus.
looks so dope.
He's got one of the coolest looks ever, and normally I'm not someone who likes like Venomized this, but this gets a pass 1,000,000,000%.
Yeah.
This is so cool. What is this going to do?
I would be curious about that too.
Like
He's going to slime out a ton of
he's
people.
gonna be sliming on him. But yeah, I'm really excited for that. That is an instant purchase for me.
I'm going to go...
No question.
I'm going to talk about the bottom row next. I mean, we'll just go down in order. But what I'm most excited for, we'll touch back on again because we do have solicits for it. So the second row of the Toy Fair image, we see the X-Men 2026 starter with some of those characters. We see a new Iconics, the giant size X-Men. So that's like the first appearance. I actually don't know who all it's the first appearance of, but I know it's like the beginning of the giant size team with Wolverine, Nightcrawler. I don't know if Thunderbird will be in it, but then Colossus and Storm. So like the new
Cyclops, Storm.
team.
Yeah.
Like that's really cool. We see the Sentinel stuff, which we've already known about. And then we see the freaking Thunderbolts brick, the Thunderbolts map and terrain kit, what a Thunderbolts chase booster is going to look like, and this Doctor Doom Supreme by
One World
Brick
Under Doom
promo character. So it looks like, number one, very much the classic first ever Thunderbolts logo for like that first team. Kind of hard to make out what exactly the booster art is. It's a little busy, but as we get into the solicit for Thunderbolts later, we can talk more about it. But just seeing this made my day. Someone like texted me at like 7 a.m. like, dude, did you see the Thunderbolts yet? I'm like, huh? Yeah, I saw that movie like 5 times. What are you talking about? Like, yeah, I love it. But then seeing this, I'm like, oh, I'm very excited. Marvel Anti-Heroes, like as a set, amazing. The Thunderbolts are already a great team. That could find in a lot of time. Like you said, the One World Under Doom stuff is really cool. The Doom Avengers that are in that.
I really enjoyed One World Under Doom.
Different characters. Really cool. If we also, like you kind of mentioned, Devil's Reign, Dark Reign, anything that has to do with like Sentry, the Dark Avengers, I'm all about that stuff. I would love to see a mixture of that in there as well.
Thunderbolts has had so many different leaders with like Hawkeye is one of the originals. Obviously, Baron Zemo.
Luke Cage. Citizen V, technically. Well, Baron Zemo / Citizen
Luke Cage,
V
I've seen like shorts on YouTube of where it's like him really? Like messing with Juggernaut.
His is Juggernaut. Yeah, okay. That was his.
His is like a straight up Suicide Squad.
Oh, really?
Like they're coming from jail, and he's like, "You're going to work with me."
The first time
or you're going back to jail.
Fair enough. Hey, the first time I ever knew about that series was from Invincible Iron Man, because that Juggernaut like references being a member of like Luke Cage's Thunderbolts on his card. Yeah,
I didn't realize
that was the first time. Apparently, it is that old. So like, what, Invincible Iron Man was like 2013. Jeez, 13 years ago. Goodness gracious. Anyways, the second, we'll talk a lot about Thunderbolts later here in a little bit when we get to the solicit. The second one has the Labors of Hercules, the Stranger Things Upside Down Iconics promo art, the Owlbear, and we already knew about the Power Rangers, so that's really cool. That looks like an Iconics of the OG Mighty Morphin, but I think the talk of the town is the G.I. Joe Cobra and like Joe box sets that are coming out that are also going to be HeroClix Iconics. So they look to be the same size. I'm stoked for this. I'm not the world's biggest like G.I. Joe guy, but they have some of the coolest character designs ever. Cobra, Destro, Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, like those people, they just look sick.
I mean, you could have just said Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, and people would be like, all right.
Yeah, also true.
I think Cobra Commander is super
Cobra Commander
sick,
has a baller look. I mean,
as a kid,
awesome.
I was like, yeah, I like this guy. I always thought, dude, the villains are always so much cooler than
they absolutely. Well, so many of the Joes are just like military guy, buzz cut, blonde hair, black hair.
I also just think of like the episode of Workaholics where they all wanted to dress as Shipwreck to go to the premiere, and so one of them goes by themselves. He's like, I had to go by myself. I couldn't be seen with 2 other shipwrecks.
That's just so dumb. That's so silly.
Really, really
it's hilarious though.
They like find his ticket in his wallet. They're like, you didn't do this. They're so betrayed.
Shout out Channing Tatum as Duke from the movie, from G.I. Joe, just the first one. Because then there's Retaliation where they kill him off instantly. And then it's like The Rock and Scarlet, and like that's it. I don't know. I love G.I. Joe Retaliation. But yeah, shout out. Don't shout out the Snake Eyes movie. I think I fell asleep watching the Snake Eyes movie from a few years ago. That was pretty tough. The next set we've already seen the Thundercats, we've already seen Flash and the Batcave. The new stuff here is going to be the Batman 400 box set, which I think for the most part we can always kind of assume any main set is going to have a 400 set more than likely. And then for those of you that care about this sort of thing, there's going to be an Iconics Fortress of Solitude with very basic
size as the
art.
Batcave.
Same size as the Batcave. It says like art not final on it, so I assume they're going to have like some kind of giant icebergy looking thing.
They're just going to freeze it in a big block of ice.
I'd be okay with that, sure. But so Fortress of Solitude,
HeroClix on ice.
That probably has what? Maybe his Superman robots. It maybe has his key that weighs 1 million pounds. That city in a bottle. There's a few rando things in the Superman Fortress that it could be. I think he's got some ray gun in there. The Phantom Zone projector ray, that thing. Yeah. So for Superman fans, There you
awful
go.
lot about
well, you
Superman.
got to keep your friends close, your enemies closer, right?
Oh.
You got to know your enemy.
That was a better out than I thought you had.
Yep.
I'll let it slide.
On the bottom, we then get to see a more fleshed out version of the Fight for Gotham stuff. So we've already kind of seen the booster art. We get to see what a full brick of that will look like. We see the Batman family, which we saw an image of that as well. We get to see the Chase
so
booster.
cool.
We get to see what the Vault booster looks like, which looks like it's the size of 2 boosters, about a booster and a half ish.
Looks like a super booster from like
It
Giant
does,
Size
yeah.
X-Men or Mighty Thor.
So
or,
that
like
was
Superman.
pretty cool to me. Kind of hard to make out what's on the side, but I do believe that's where like the 500 numbering comes in. That's where the Bat Cow and stuff is going to be in these Vault boosters. And then we see the map and terrain kit that has a Batgirl pretty prominently on that as well. A Batgirl and Nightwing, it looks like, are on the box, so probably it's them, but they're really small. They're at the bottom of the image. It's kind of tough to see. But then, yeah, the Fight for Gotham stuff, which is really cool. So,
Oh, dude, I can't wait. We
it's
have the
gonna
big
be awesome.
poster in our house, and yeah,
It's gnarly.
it's awesome. Some of the best Batman art we've ever seen in HeroClix.
Really.
Sans Damien.
Yeah. Ugh.
Don't like Damien.
He's just
Argue
the
with me
worst.
all you want.
No, Damien sucks.
He's just annoying.
Absolutely, Damien sucks. Damien is so lame. Sorry if you're a Damien fan. Not really,
Lamian.
actually. You chose to be a Damien fan. You're kind of... I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
like you have like so many good Robins to pick from, and that's what you went with.
Your favorite Robin is obviously...
Is obviously
Dick Grayson?
I think it's honestly. I mean,
Okay.
Dick Grayson is my favorite, but I honestly think it's closer. Like I think Tim Drake has some really cool stuff too. Jason Todd, I feel like is probably he's lower on the rung for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would say Dick. I mean, how can you not like Dick Grayson?
Dick
He
Grayson's the
becomes
man.
the coolest version of all of them.
Nightwing is sick.
Yeah,
Nightwing's way cooler than Red Robin.
but Tim Drake has some really cool like solo stuff. So
yeah. The actual, like, detective... Well, what? He actually is. Like, he's like...
I thought you were going somewhere.
No, I'm just saying, like, he's like the Robin that most, I guess, takes after Batman in the detective sense, right?
Yeah.
I think Dick Grayson very much follows the whole, like, becoming his own vigilante.
Well,
having
he's
his
like
own
the
city.
mistake, right?
Tim Drake?
No, Dick Grayson.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Okay,
like
sure.
he's like I'm going to break off on my own
Right. That's
and
his
do
whole
this,
deal.
and so Batman is a different person after that. Where it's like I don't want this to happen with like the next Robin, if there is a next Robin, which I'll never be convinced of. Oh, hey, another child.
Another orphan for me to take under my bat wing.
I actually already had this costume stitched up. If you want to come hang out in my lair.
Jeez. Oh, yikes. Shout out Carrie Kelly, obviously my girl.
Yeah.
She my goat, though.
I mean, I want you to
I love
cosplay
her.
her with Matt Reed as Bat Reed.
We can maybe do that. I do like slingshots and green
It'd
glasses.
be really funny.
Looks so awful. When you said that, I was like, really? The Sons of Batman? I could just be one of the Sons of Batman?
No,
Carrie
no.
Kelly.
I'm going to cut my arm off to be Green Arrow.
That'd be so hardcore, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do that.
I'll do what
That would actually be such a sick Halloween costume. Like, be Green Arrow. Someone can be like Superman. Bat Reed is obviously
dude.
Batman. Then like a grown adult man is Carrie Kelly.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
so
relative
what a-
size-wise, and this is no slight against you. Like,
Wow.
it works.
Oh, you were saying compared to Matt Reed? Yeah.
Any of us could be that.
Absolutely.
It's
like-
just the funniest if you are.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Fair enough.
Anyway.
Goodness gracious. So now we have all the solicits for Thunderbolts. Shout out Clicks Nexus for posting all of these. We saw some solicits and also some really cool digital art for all the characters, for some of the characters. I shouldn't say all of them, but really cool sculpts we're going to check out here in a second. So Marvel HeroClix Thunderbolts booster brick, Revolution or Rebellion, like lightning. Usually it's justice, but okay. Bucky has taken on the mantle of the Revolution. This already instantly has me hyped. I love Captain America Cold War. Go
Yeah, I
read
read that because of you, too.
Did you really read it? You like it?
Yeah, dude.
Dude, it
Sweet.
rocked, right? Bucky is so sick. The inner
Yeah.
circle stuff. Oh, it's so baller.
He's blazing his own trail, brother.
So, him is the Revolution to fight against Doctor Doom's New World Order, and he has assembled a team for you to collect: Black Widow, Songbird, Shang-Chi, and Red Guardian. He assembles two teams. In the mini Thunderbolts run, he assembles very much the Thunderbolts movie team, so U.S. Agent is also in that. So I'm hoping we see U.S.
And
Agent.
he's a lot of fun in it too,
dude. Yeah,
it's so funny to have kind of a role reversal where the Captain America is like, dude, we can't win. Like, what are we doing? And Bucky's
so
like,
weird.
but we can.
We can. Like,
it's a little more gritty than that.
America-esque character. Yeah,
but he's very much taken on that mantle, and U.S. Agent just largely being like kind of a drunk, like, I've given up, dude.
Yeah,
and he has to re-inspire them. It's a lot of fun.
It's so sick. That and another fun thing. I don't know if they'll ever do this, but the American Kaiju is in the precursor, just very, very tiny bit. But the idea of getting like a Godzilla that has the American flag painted on its belly, and then it just says USA, like that's like all it says. That rocks. That's awesome. Nah, that's awesome, dude. That rules. I love the American Kaiju, and John Walker's like his handler, like for like him. So, anyways. As we continue on, HeroClix fans have loved the Thunderbolts since early in the game's history. With Marvel HeroClix Thunderbolts, you can collect your favorite lineups, mix and match them, or put them head-to-head. Product highlights build an awesome collection of Thunderbolts and their foes with a 12-booster brick. We knew that. Get the most out of Thunderbolts from your collection with new Legacy cards available as brick toppers. Capture memorable moments as part of your strategy with more exciting one-shot cards. I think the coolest thing to note for the rest of this page is that item orders are due on April 14th if you're a store, and then the expected release is September of 2026. So it looks like Thunderbolts is going to be our Worlds Sealed set and our Battle Royale set. So here's hoping it's really fun to play in Sealed. But already, I love the vibe of Worlds last year when it was Lantern Legacy. I loved it when it was like Masters of Time. So just the fact that it's going to be a September release and hopefully just a brand new set right as Worlds hits, that's just always fun and exciting. So I really like getting those sets with
the best.
New stuff. We then go on to the next thing. The Thunderbolts Dr. Doom Sorcerer Supreme is the bonus offer from One World Under Doom.
And his sculpt is
it's
so
baller.
Good, dude.
The cape is flowing.
Oh my gosh.
He's got
this
the
is just
magic
such a
on
cool
the hands.
version of him. And
it is cool.
Yeah, I don't know. This story is a lot of fun because so much of it is like getting the public to trust Doom. And he does a very good job of it. And just continually, like, they finally think they've outwitted him, and he's like, "Oh, but if you do that, you're on camera," you know, like,
yeah.
Or he gets the citizens to like turn against him. And yeah, this one's $29.99, a little pricier than we're used to for a 1x1.
A lot of people are taking note of that, but
I will buy this.
I don't know. The thing is, like, it is really cool. And ultimately, that's an additional thing you can choose to buy with your brick, right? Like, you don't have to get it. It's not, like, instantly tied to it. But it is fairly spendy for a single, like, click figure, a single, like, 1x1 piece. So I understand where people are coming from. The next thing we have is the Thunderbolts map and terrain kit. This looks like it has Wilson Fisk in like an orange jumpsuit and some other prison in there. Oh, I see Bullseye right there. Bada bing, bada boom. So it's going to have Bullseye, Kingpin, some punchboard terrain sheets, a double-sided HeroClix map, which it says it's Thunderbolts Mountain, and then the indoor, the Raft. Sounds like some cool maps. I like those a lot. And then that's it. So it looks like there's not going to be like a legacy card or any team-up cards.
But this is two figures,
it is
maps,
2 figures.
one-shots. And this is only $24.99. So if you have to pick between the two, I mean, I'm still buying Doom.
Oh, okay, dang, fair enough. But I love that this has a map in it. So I'm always a big fan of the map and terrain kit or the old play-at-home kit, now rebranded. Play-at-home kit was very, like, COVID-y in its, like, becoming and its marketing and all that stuff, right? Because that's when they came
very COVID-y.
Yeah, like you're supposed to play at home, right? It was supposed to be an LE kit that you played at home. Stay away from me.
Okay.
It kind of came out around Disney Plus, like the year after.
Sorry, I just
COVID
did not
happened.
understand what you meant.
Oh
by
yeah,
that.
I'm just saying like that.
Yeah.
Like all the wording and stuff around it just seemed like play at home. Now it's like, I mean, it's a map and terrain kit. It's not like an LE kit you take home. It's like, it's just a cool supplemental product.
Yeah.
We see Thunderbolt Chase Booster. It looks like the set logo is going to be the One World Under Doom mask, which looks sick.
It does.
Right. Looks cool. I like the little screw bolt things around the outside of the Chase Booster. I'm curious to see if there's going to be any inside art. I noticed that the Strange Tales Chase Booster had this really cool comic art of Doctor Strange on the inside lid. So I'm hoping they continue that trend because it looked sick. It looked really fun. I guess that's Bullseye. I mean, they say it is. That's Bullseye if you ask me. Doom is fixed, or whatever. Kingpin's fixing his little cufflinks. Love this sculpt. We get to see the release day kit is going to be Baron Zemo in this chair, which looks pretty, like, big for a release day sculpt. Usually the release day kits are, like, a common, like, a Kerr piece that is
give
like
him his sword.
But this looks nicer
big
than a
stone
Kerr piece,
chair.
right? Like,
Yeah.
it looks like it could be a super rare or even a chase. Like, it looks sick for just
Yeah.
how big the sculpt is. So, release date kit has this Baron Zemo with the card, 24 prizes, and some double-sided maps. The double-sided maps are going to be Castle Zemo, and then that's an outdoor map, and then the indoor map is the cube. So I don't know if that's like the inside of the cosmic cube. I don't know what the cube is, I guess, in this instance. But Castle Zemo, I love that. These maps are just cool. These are actually like places that I enjoy in comics, or that have been really cool places. Baron Zemo sometimes has these like evil robots. Captain America gets lost in there, and he'll have flashbacks of like Bucky dying. Like, they go to Castle Zemo an odd amount of times, which is cool. I like it. So I like that getting a play-at-home kit. Not a
If
play-at-home
they gotta
kit,
find him, I
but
mean,
you gotta go get him somewhere. Gotta go to his house.
yeah,
Zemo, where you at?
probably where you're going.
This is like the second time also that Zemo has been a release day kit, because he's a release day figure for the Captain America and the Avengers set too.
He was,
Yeah, in the green Zemo.
The turquoise-ish
Yeah.
costume.
We
And
got
more stuff on the chase
a little
booster.
info, 3 figures, and then one is going to be a guaranteed chase, and then 2 one-shot cards. So no sound of like the dice or equipment or bystanders or anything like that. Just 2 one-shots and 3 figures.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's all right. That's the way it goes.
Honestly, like, that's fine. Those
yeah.
bystanders are not easy to get.
And then we get some cool sculpts. We got a little uppercut punch, pretty basic looking Winter Soldier Bucky here. This is not him as the Revolution. He has a much different costume. We see a Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. Looks neat. Looks very Bride of Frankenstein.
Dude, this Sentry is
Sentry
so
has not
cool.
skipped shoulder day or arm day or any day. He's just
I just
jacked.
like Sentry's costume a lot. I like that he has this like bright color on him, but it's just you don't question it. It just looks
No.
good. It
looks-
doesn't look ridiculous, even though he's like wearing like almost an entirely yellow suit.
Yeah.
Not very many characters wear all yellow, and you're like, yeah, that looks like
That looks
normal.
cool. Looks
Yeah.
awesome. I love that he has like just like WWE style like championship belt is like how his belt is, the logo. Like, Sentry just looks sick. So
Just a really cool looking character.
I love this. It has
One of
good
those
flow to
characters
it.
that I've learned more about through HeroClix than anything else, because they've always given him traits where he's like
With the
unstable
void.
mind or the
Yeah.
void, and so even just knowing that, man, I'm excited for Sentry. Definitely one of the pieces I'm looking forward to the most already.
He looks gnarly. Opus style like is
Represents
is
that.
as good as a sculpt. Yeah, this is sick, dude. Atlas, the way they're doing the half torso figures, so that way they like fit in the booster easier for all like the giants, for like Quicksand, for like Chthon and stuff. This looks so baller.
I like it more than I like full sculpts.
I like it well when they do like the full sculpt and they're like crouching. That's like ew. That's kind of meh.
well,
But
even
this-
when like so like a one base
or
giant,
when they're like their feet are together and they're doing like that. Yeah, I agree.
they just always look like gangly and awkward. And then when they do these like half sculpts, like a Chthon style sculpts, what kind of other people have coined as, but I'm choosing to coin that, where it's cut off at the torso.
Yeah.
You get these awesome effects at the waistline. And like, he's breaking out of this rubble. This is so much better than anything that would have included his legs.
I agree.
So I am
really agree.
all for continuing the Chthon sculpt. You're right. Sand is awesome.
Yeah. Looks cool.
Chthon is awesome. Are there any
There's-
others? Orca
You're
is very
one
cool.
of your favorite figures of last year. An Ultra Chase.
Oh, Collector. Yeah. I was
Yeah,
like, who?
they look sick. They look
Jeez.
sick. That's so funny. It's
embarrassing.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, this sculpt style is awesome. I really like it. He's busting out of some rubble. He's flexing on him. He's looking angry. It looks cool. This Songbird sculpt is also really cool, with her making these giant sound construct pink translucent wings. She looks great. And then we get Fixer, who's going like, yeah, I don't know.
This is like his newer costume, too.
Yeah, it's very much his. I guess he kind of just has this like bandana look for a long time, but this stuff is different.
I thought like previously he was like bald. He looked more like Dr.
Is he
Eggman.
bald? The Fixer?
Could have sworn. Maybe I'm crazy.
Well, he at least had the bandana look in the Captain America and the Avengers set.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was a
I'll
different
take your
color. I
word
don't think
for
it was red. And then we get
Dude, this Hawkeye's
I guess-
so cool. That's funny.
that is really funny. J.R. Shell with the Josh Hutcherson like pose reference. I guess I thought this was like Bullseye as Hawkeye. This probably is just Hawkeye. It's got the H on his head.
I think it's just Hawkeye.
but it's so dark. His colors are just so dark. It makes me feel like it's evil.
Bullseye
as
wears like
Hawkeye.
a blue and purple.
Oh, he is blue.
This is,
yeah.
and then Bullseye Hawkeye also doesn't have like the that same like Captain America patterned.
Oh, the chainmail
Yeah.
on the torso? Okay, sure.
At least I
gotcha.
don't think he does. The ones I've seen, anyways.
Sure.
But then again, he could have been Hawkeye more often than
But
not.
this is like sick.
WizKids is so
Backflip,
right,
trick
though,
shot Hawkeye. On
in
what?
that, like, revisit the Thunderbolts. Like, people have been fans of these for years. It's like, yes, this was the best alternate team ability and the most
like,
fun
ever.
for literally like a decade. Like the
Yeah.
feat card that let you copy it, and then the ATA that came out later. And then also the Thunderbolts just lend themselves to such cool characters that also typically don't get to work on as many teams as other people do. You know, there's just so many
It's true.
cool Thunderbolts teams. So this Hawkeye, like, man, I hope he's just insane.
Yeah.
I hope we get like a full-on revisit to the Chaos War
War. I was
Hawkeye.
literally about to say, I hope it's just like Chaos War Hawkeye.
If we get a
reprinted,
legacy of him,
updated.
never going to be mad about
I'd be
that.
happy with that.
That would be like God tier pull.
I'd be cool with Legacy Hawkeye.
WizKids, if you're still deciding who to legacy,
There's no way. That would be wild. Yeah, we got everything done.
but we need
What
one more
what are we
legacy.
going to tape on the top of the
Why
box?
don't we throw this podcast on to get a suggestion?
Whoa. Genius. Genius.
Also, the Bullseye Hawkeye, that would,
That would also
I
be a good one. From Web of Spider-Man, that'd be a great one.
Please legacy that. Dude, back in the day,
No
my friends
super
and I used
senses, no
to
shape
fight
change.
over. We used to fight over who got to play
Really?
him. We had one between the four of us. It was mine, too, to be clear.
Oh, then.
So if I wanted to play it, I was playing it.
Oh, of course.
But then it'd be like, dude, come on, like, let me play Bullseye. And whoever did would just
Well,
have
we'll
like,
see.
the best time, you know. Because we were playing a 4-player battle. He's 10 range. You're just sniping into the fight.
That is so good. That is so much.
Yeah. So he was, like, as far as nostalgia goes, like, Bullseye Hawkeye is one of my
Pretty gnarly.
all-time, like, nostalgic pieces.
Heck yeah.
This, though, yeah, like I said, it's fun to be like,
Mayor, like
I've seen
President
that in the
Kingpin.
comics.
Yeah.
So Fisk triumphant in the sign. He's in his full suit, showing off the like newspaper here.
Yeah.
It's the Daily Bugle too.
It is
Ooh,
the
it's kind of fun.
It is cool.
But yeah, if this is from Devil's Reign, then they're honestly like, I'm not even kidding. If I'm going to encourage anyone to read like any comics, it's probably been my favorite comic I've read in the last, I don't even know, like 5 years.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Like
Heck
Devil's
yeah.
Reign was genuinely so good. Other than Absolute Batman, that takes the
Oh,
cake.
okay. Oh, like, obviously.
But Kingpin has this crazy plan, and you know he's working with all these villains. He makes his own Thunderbolts, and his Thunderbolts are crazy.
Okay.
He's got the most insane Thunderbolts of all of them. One of them is like a time-traveling Wolverine.
That is terrifying.
It's nuts.
Pretty nuts. Okay.
But he has like Taskmaster on the lineup
Okay.
too. He's got Juggernaut.
Does Taskmaster die within the first 5 minutes? Of
He does
Thunderbolts?
not.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
He's not
cool,
dead.
Cool, cool. All right. I like that.
But then, yeah, like the story itself is a little goofy, and genuinely like go read it. Super cool.
And then I think the last couple is that Baron Zemo in the chair, Doctor Doom, and then we're back at the start. So that is all we know about Thunderbolts for right now. Looking like if they add a lot of characters that I'm excited for, which they already have,
I mean, you already have such a wide variety
it very
of
well
different Thunderbolts.
could
Like,
be my
Atlas
set of the
is
year.
Earlier
Yeah. That's like
Thunderbolts.
OG Thunderbolts team: Atlas, Fixer, Baron Zemo,
Hawkeye could be
Songbird.
anything.
Dude, he's been like a Thunderbolt like 15 times. Like Winter Soldier as well. Like Winter Soldier assembled these Thunderbolts. He's also
I'm never coming back here.
That's it.
Hawkeye, we have 50% off at Trader Joe's. I'm back on
All
the
right, I'm
Thunderbolts.
back on the Thunderbolts. But yeah, Winter Soldier and Hawkeye have both been Thunderbolts like a lot.
Yeah.
Just very like different iterations of it. Like I
I'm
think
hoping for a new Venom in that, too.
that'd also be cool.
A
Yeah.
Thunderbolts keyword. Again, Matt Gargan. Matt Gargan is just the man.
Well, it all
That's
comes
the
back
thesis.
to Scorpion, Matt Gargan.
Dude, it does. Matt Gargan has been
funny.
so many cool characters. And another very nostalgic piece for me, the Hammer of Thor, Matt Gargan Venom.
It is so good. That piece
Plasticity blade, super senses, shape change. Back when double rollouts wasn't just, oh, you don't have that, you're bad.
rocks. Yeah.
This was a treat. So tying people up with him, and then his back dial was like Flurry, Steel Energy, and Battle Fury. So he could easily get back on the annoying clicks.
He'll back up.
And then you give him Thunderbolts ATA, and he was Mystics. So he was just one of the biggest pests ever. I remember when I finally traded for one of those, I was just ecstatic. I was so excited to play him. I got him and Smoky Foot Cap on the same night. Had a
That's
great,
a good
great
night.
time,
That's
dude.
a great night right
Post
there.
HeroClix, going back to Luke's house, and just jamming out more HeroClix. So, yeah, I'd love to see more of that. So Thunderbolts, I think, For Marvel sets, I think that's the one I'm most excited for.
Oh, easily.
Between Venom and what we already have.
Yeah, I guess this year so far it's going to be Venom and then Batman and then Thunderbolts. So I'm very excited for Thunderbolts. I'm hoping, if it's got the figures I'm really excited for, the characters I like, which again, it's got a majority already.
It's your top three.
Top three? Top three, I mean, U.S. Agent would be like number one. If there's a really good U.S. Agent in there, or just like a really fun U.S. Agent, that'd be it.
Ooh, I just thought of one too.
And then, of course, next would be like Bucky as Revolution, who they name drop. So definitely Bucky as Revolution. After that, who would really be up there? I think it's either some cool version of like Iron Patriot would be really sick. Or just like if they give it just an end-all be-all Baron Zemo. So if one of those Zemos just is very good dial-wise, then I'd be very stoked. So,
dude,
yeah.
Citizen V.
Well, yeah. Absolutely.
Like, I know that's probably going to happen, but
right.
I kind of forgot about that while we were talking about it.
Well, that is also just Baron Zemo.
It is just Baron Zemo.
But like, as Citizen V, yes. Would be very
I remember when he was a super rare in the Avengers set, learning that was Baron Zemo and being like, but how? He had an attack special called press the attack and charge to victory.
Yeah.
Like he was so heroic, and my world was shattered. I was like, this is a villain?
Bad guy?
Yeah.
He's an evil German man, but he looks so
and that's
American.
Still the best Citizen V they've ever made.
Yeah.
So getting a new updated Citizen V.
Honestly, they will never do this, but how Captain America and the Avengers ended up just being a Thunderbolts Masters of Evil set. If this set just somehow ended up just being a Captain America set.
That's payback.
As payback, which they would never do, but I would be very happy with that. I'd be pretty excited. If there were 3 Captain Americas in the set, I'd be like, oh, nice. Thanks. Don't mind if I do. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. You're doing me right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, wow. Oh, a little treat.
Hey.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Ooh,
Captain America. How'd you know I like this?
Ooh, a piece of Captain America.
Ooh, a piece of Captain America. Ooh,
Ooh,
Ooh.
Yeah, just you. Yeah. It's like you following a trail of Captain America HeroClix, and we trap you in a box.
Yeah, honestly, that could happen. You could get me pretty easily that way.
Captain America.
Captain America. Ooh, Captain America. All ones I have.
Box
too,
propped up by a stick with a string on it. We yank it out, and then you're under the box.
Oh, it'd be so good.
And that's honestly, how you capture Kalder.
One of my biggest things I would love for a sub theme in any set that has Captain America or US Agent or anything is the Captain America core. That's one of my all-time favorite little mini books they've ever made. Because the team is just all alternate versions of Captain America. That rocks. That's
I can think of one better.
Okay.
Great Lakes Avengers.
Oh, dang, yeah, no, that would.
We need that
take
so bad.
If we got Great Lakes Avengers as just pulp all-stars, they're all goofy.
Yes.
They're goofy, kind of bad, but they're all Kerr figures, and they make just a freaking fun, but kind of solid team. Mm-hmm. That would rule. The Great Lakes Avengers are, again, a team that I only know about because of HeroClix, because the back of the cards used to have a Wikipedia bio, on Mr. Immortal's card.
Mr. Immortal is. We're just hitting all the nostalgic figures. Yeah. That was another figure that everybody I played with, we all loved him.
He rocks.
He KO'd Darkseid at one point because he had Mastermind on his last click.
That's so funny.
And he needed a 10 to hit him, and that's how the game ended. And it was just
That's so baller.
Mr. Immortal.
Mr. Immortal's the man.
I never lost a game with the Great Lakes Avengers. It was during the Gauntlet era.
Really?
Played Gauntlet on Web of Spider-Man Deadpool. The Avengers Hawkeye.
Oh, yeah.
Doorman, Squirrel Girl with the Monkey Joe bystander, Dinosaur to mobilize all of them. And I would play this. It started off as a joke, but then it was good.
And that's the best part is there are all these joke, goofy characters. But you could play some versions of them and be no, this is really solid. They kind of cover all the bases. They have a taxi. They have good main attackers. A little bit of don't die tech with Mr. Immortal.
What they had in spades was tie up.
Tie-up.
All of your stuff is kind of useless.
Big Bertha, who takes 1 damage at a time.
When she came out, my team updated with her.
Flatman with some good outwit.
So basically, the strategy for that team was to just throw garbage in their face, which most of your team was, and then Hawkeye and Deadpool. Deadpool is counting up the gauntlet, and then Hawkeye would just also be sniping with him.
Yeah,
and it worked. I don't know how. I don't think everyone was always pulling playing to their fullest, but
sure.
At the same time, I beat team bases with that team.
Oh dang. That's actually so gnarly.
It was
be your team base with the Great Lakes Avengers.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, that they were such a cool like staple when you finally got. I mean, they did have so much don't die and tie up. Like Grasshopper could come back to life.
Yeah,
Grasshopper
man.
was so funny. The old school 10 like grasshopper to not 10 but like however many grasshoppers you could have, and then you gave them all poison, because poison was just any time at the beginning of your turn without being moved or placed, so just beginning of your turn
Just
stuff.
drop your...
And so you would just drop all of them, and they would all come down.
Because he just could be placed like anywhere on the
You'd
map.
be placed anywhere on the map. Yeah, you give him a power action or double power action, whatever it was, and then you would take him off the map in the beginning of your next turn. You would place him anywhere on the map.
Yeah.
And so then you could poison after that, and it would be pen poison. Oh, dude, it rocked. It was so funny, the Grasshopper Red Lantern team. Oh, hilarious.
It's great times. You know, another thing to talk about that was shown this week was there's this really cool display by WizKids, and we got to see some figures on there. Some older stuff, you know, some Flash Iconics, some Batman.
Yeah.
But there was also, like, the new Joker sculpt was on the map, which is very cool.
Ooh.
And then, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Bronze Tiger was shown off as well. It was like there's like a Samurai Batman.
Samurai Batman.
Professor Pig.
Pig. Oh, yeah.
I believe that's Talia al Ghul.
And the little green smoke
A bunch of
there.
smoke. And then, yeah, there's a Bronze Tiger like fighting on the street.
Oh, I see him.
There's an Alfred, who is no surprise to be in the set, but I'm still very excited about. There's a Deathstroke, which is super cool. Again, that Chase
gnarly.
Joker is just, my gosh. Dude, I cannot wait to see that Batman in person. The smoky Batman is going to make my life.
Dude, dig that.
Gosh, I hope he's good. I hope he's awesome. I can't wait. That's of everything right now, that is what I'm in the waiting room the most for, is that Batman style.
These really are crazy cool.
I love
The
love that
terrain. I didn't
Batman
really
sculpt.
realize that this was at New York Toy Fair as well. This like really cool terrain piece like setup. The DC starter figures. I like this Deathstroke. Looks neat. I like that Alfred's got a little red phone. That's really cute.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah, that rules.
This Batman set's going to be, we're Dial H is eating good. That's what
We're eating good this year. We really are. It's gonna be gnarly. It's gonna be awesome.
So why don't we
But I love it.
transition a little, Calder,
sure.
into a little more chat around gameplay.
Okay.
We had a lot, I think 5 total Icy Regionals fire off this weekend. with
Oh dang,
Pulp
were there that many?
being
Nice.
the center play here, guys. So for those of you who turned out, thank you for doing so. It was a lot of work to put all of this together. So you guys supporting that genuinely means a lot to David, Chris, myself, and then all of WizKids as well. And I understand that there's going to be like kinks in the format. You know, I've recognized some of those myself even prior to like playing in any of it. But I was pleasantly surprised to see a pretty solid variety of what was winning Icy Regionals. We had a Sinister Syndicate build take one tournament. Another tournament was won by Dormammu. We saw a lot of combo between Bloodstorm and Morlun.
Yeah.
A lot of Dr. Aaliyah Gregor to buff up those bystanders, too. But, man, generally, there were a lot of cool teams being played. Less Arkillo than I thought there would be.
See, that was what I was really worried about. I played a little bit on whatever it's called. Sunday, we did a pulp tournament for just a chase booster. And I was like, dude, I know my locals are definitely going to play that Black Adam. Like, 100%. And then I was like, how do they also not just play Arkillo? That dude's a beast. That guy's a lot to take down. So, no, there were a lot. Shout out Matty G, since we forgot to shout you out, I guess, last time. So hopefully this appeases you, Matthew Gratunos. He won with Bloodstorm Brigade. So Bloodstorm Barrier, Green Oracle, Medusa, a kind of pseudo bystander, drop off, Poison Ivy, make attacks after getting carried up type deal. Good team, solid team. I played something similar. Looks pretty cool. That was in New Mexico. That was the 21st. There's a bunch that happened on the 21st. Goodness gracious. Yeah, there were a ton that happened this weekend. Which one do you want to look at here? This one right there? All right.
We had a 27-player turnout in, was this Pennsylvania? Was
this Gundam Force?
Yeah, so the Dormammu Force.
Dormammu Force? Dang, 200
one of
points
our
Dormammu.
Patreon members.
Dang, shout out Brandon Booner. That's crazy, dude.
Playing 200-point Dormammu.
Oh, yeah, with Orb. Okay.
With Orb, Red Widow, Doctor Strange, Frenchie, sick pull.
That is cool.
Nathaniel Richards, sick pull.
Madison, I like it.
And Madison. So I think a lot of people,
a lot
at
of
least
old
from
school,
who I
a lot
talked
of
to,
old school pulp all-stars made this team.
dude,
it's kind of fun.
So many people wrote off Dormammu just saying he's too many points. He'll just get overwhelmed. And it's like, here's a winning Dormammu
Yeah.
against the most stacked field we've seen so far. I mean,
Oh,
this
yeah,
had a 27
dude.
person
Isaac
turnaround.
AB. What the heck? Yeah.
This is Isaac's stomping grounds here. McConnell showed up.
True.
Shout out McConnell again.
Ed. Yeah, dude, a lot of good players. Todd Russell, I heard that name before. There's quite a few good people. Yeah, Maya Woes, I assume. Maya W. Yeah. There's a lot of people. Holy smokes.
And so,
Ken Mitten,
yeah,
second
Ken
place.
Mitten
Shout
took
out.
second with Moreland Mob, which is a very common
Moreland is
name.
cool. Yeah.
But this guy did
Damn.
some different stuff.
So much stuff.
No Bloodstorm with his Moreland Mob. He had Moreland, Kazar, Orb, Doctor Strange from Avengers Forever, Doctor Strange from Strange Tales, Luke Cage from AV60, who's very solid because he breaks blocking. Right now, breaking blocking is very important in any format, but between Luke Cage and Hammerhead, Hammerhead's 30, probably playing one of those guys. At least
I do like
that's how I'm
Hammerhead.
viewing it.
I really do like Hammerhead a lot.
I think I need one of those.
Yeah.
But then to finish out the build, so he had the Luke Cage. He had Spiderling from the starter set, which she's got some dice replacement.
Yeah.
Very strong. Madison, great use of Perplex. Leech, who shuts off team abilities. Mary Jane Watson, who should just flat out be banned in this format. The figure is stupid.
Very good. I also feel like Timebreaker should be banned.
Yes, I
because
agree
he is
with
also
that.
just nuts.
Like
And
Mary
then
Jane
Omni.
Watson is potentially making 3 autonomous bystanders that incap you, and block bodies. Like there's just,
Yeah.
I mean,
She's
Mary
insane.
Jane Watson rivals the effectiveness of Wendigo. I'm
For
not.
15 points? I mean, yeah. Like the fact that it's all doesn't take against your action total.
She
it's pretty
also
dang insane.
turns into Iron Man, Marvella, or She-Venom when she's KO'd.
All good. All good figures.
So it's just I don't understand why this figure isn't banned. That figure needs to be banned. I have no other opinion
I
on
agree.
it. Figure is crazy. She was everywhere. See ya. Goodbye.
See
Get
ya.
out of the format. What's weird, though, Calder, is across all these events, I really didn't see... I sifted through a lot of these.
Didn't see a ton of duplicates, no.
Didn't see a lot of duplicates, but I also didn't see a lot of Danger Room.
Oh, that is odd.
Not a lot
Yeah,
of
you were
Magneto,
definitely mentioning
not a lot of
some Danger Room
Sabretooth.
stuff.
Those are the things that I was really big on, like Juggernaut. But what I'm most happy to see is that Sinister Syndicate was a team that was played with Spot, Rhino.
Oh, nice.
And then Chameleon, who I had forgotten about. Do you remember what he does?
He... Can you, choose powers or something?
He makes Sinister Syndicate wild card.
Oh.
So you can steal Masters of Evil
That's
TA
cool.
to drop defenses. You can take a Batman team ability to give stealth. And then the rare Spot from SVAC as well, just being a super mobile flurry piece.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Who can now copy Underworld and carry some empowers with him. And now he's hitting for 4 damage with flurry. I saw some really creative teams. I can't remember which Icy Regional you won, though. Oh, no, it was Coliseum Games. It was in Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
That's the one I'd like to view. Because he was also playing a Stiltman and retelling with that, which was so cool. Would be down. It's in the middle there.
Oh, that one right there. Makes sense.
So, yeah, I do want to go over this guy's build because this one
Rhino
is awesome.
roster. It's funny.
Yeah, Rhino from Smash and Destroy. This guy's a
Sure.
beast in pulp. And at 75, he's got Spot at 50. He's got the Stiltman from SFSM. So,
Superior Foes.
Superior
Superior
Foes.
Foes OG. The
And
oldest set you
3
can
leg
play.
extensions. He's got Grizzly,
Okay.
who low-key, this
That's
figure's nasty.
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, Giant Reach 2, super strength, combat reflexes, invuln, the whole dial, prevents people from picking up terrain markers.
I do think that Ant-Man Security Solutions trade is so good.
Masters of Evil team ability is also very nice to copy. Norman Osborn, who's a TK leadership who gives
Yep.
everyone precision. That's insane. Aaron Davis, who I believe
Autonomous
is an
figure,
autonomous.
yeah.
Perplex, yeah. Chameleon, who's giving everyone wild card. Hammerhead, who's breaking blocking. Hydra Agent, who I'm kind of saying should potentially be on every team.
Just has both Hydra and Masters of Evil to copy.
Because when somebody with the Hydra keyword is KO'd, you get to
This
potentially
is
bring in
unthemed. Okay, I'm about to
two.
say, this guy doesn't make sense. Yeah, this is unthemed.
Maybe
He's
not
got
every
this,
team, but Hydra
he's
Agent's
got
very
Mary Jane
good.
Watson. No, I think he is good.
But then Mary Jane and Multiple Man. Multiple Man's another Empower sidestep
Yeah.
piece. Also a wild card for what it's worth. So yeah, this team did a really good job of just stacking Masters of Evil, dropping people's defense, and then just really hitting them. So to see, it's not quite a Sinister Syndicate theme, but to see this function as well as it did made me really happy. I really like this, and I think that the Silver Pulp field is more diverse than I initially pegged it for.
Yeah.
I thought it would be somewhat, but I thought a lot of people were going to get hung up on what they thought was going to dominate. Like everyone was going to show up with 200-point Moon Knight. I had some fear of that.
Yeah, that's fair.
But pleasant surprise to not see that. So we've got a lot more coming up. I hope you guys can make it out to one. Go secure your Kyle Rayner, and then, hey, come meet us in Florida at the big dance to secure a trophy construct for the Silver Pulp Championship as well. Hopefully we have a good amount of data to sort through, and you guys can kind of gauge what's good, what isn't, and what can win.
Absolutely. I played a little bit of Silver Pulp this weekend. Didn't win. I went 2-1. Sadly, the one game I almost had. So really quickly, what I played, I had a Bloodstorm Brigade, I guess. It was Bloodstorm. It was the Poison Ivy that makes the Thorn Bystander. Red Ghost, who makes the Super Apes Bystanders. Ganthet, Sunspot, Scarecrow, Tempo, the Brain. Dr. Alia Gregor, Leech that gets her to team abilities, the Swarm of Ants, and Timebreaker. So I kind of made a hot swap to Leech and Sunspot day of because I had Medusa on the build and I could not find my Medusa like anywhere at all. But the basics of the team is that Ganthet can carry a bunch of people. Sunspot can also carry a bunch of people. And we can, for the most part, attack across the map with either a Bloodstorm Bystander, with a Poison Ivy Thorn. The main reason we had Scarecrow on this build, and I think it's really strong, Scarecrow and Brain being able to mind control people, because they both have an insane range for mind control. The Brain can do it within 7 squares and ignores characters when he does it, and he can do it after being carried. So I can actually bring somebody. So even if I can't get all the way over to them, I can still mind control you and then bring your character that I would like to try to kill over to me and then into all my bystandery goodness. Scarecrow also gives an 11 for Poison Ivy's Thorns to copy if I end up trying to get him next to them, which usually works out. And Scarecrow's Rally is a green rally dice, which is any character rolls a 3, he can use Smoke Cloud for free. His special speed power is that he can use Mind Control as free, but only to target characters that occupy terrain markers generated by Scarecrow, regardless of range or line of fire. So, with the amount of attacks I can make, this is almost always a free Mind Control after being carried. I think there's only ever one game where I didn't get the free Mind Control off because I didn't roll any 3s. But with the amount of bystanders I make, with the amount of attacks I can make, typically I rolled a 3 and Scarecrow could just also Mind Control as free, which was pretty cool. This team, I also felt like had to put Leech on it. I understand why Matty G has Dario Egger, because having to play around Leech so I don't take away my own Green Lantern is a little tough, or my own Batman enemy. But it's definitely necessary, because if I had to go against a Black Adam and then I had to take all this Mystics damage for all my bystanders, they would just all die, which is just kind of sad.
Black
so
Adam is
had to
brutal.
put Leech on there. He's also obviously an Outwit that gets through Cosmic Energy, which is really cool. But this team only lost to the guy that won, so I didn't feel too bad about it. He was playing a Soldier team. Shout out Dave. And it was an X-Men 97 Cap, a Blue Marvel, and then a 200-point Moon Knight and a few other things like for support. But I killed X-Men 97 Cap first, then I killed Moon Knight, and then Blue Marvel just swept me up. And then there's nothing to do about it. All the knockback Pulse Wave. It was literally, with all the extra stuff, he had Red Skull on there too, so I killed a ton of Hydra agents. I lost 390 points to 400 points on that game, which was just brutal. I cleaned literally everything up, and I just never actually took out Blue Marvel. And I was like, well, I've got to kill Cap first, because then everything else is easier to kill. Got to kill Moon Knight. It's 200 points. And by that time, it was just Blue Marvel cleaning up. But I really like it.
Man.
I love
the Brain.
Yeah. Dude,
I
the Brain
hope
rocks.
people are looking at him a little closer.
I think people should. So, like I was just saying, it's a team that makes a ton of attacks, and even if I don't have full map reach, the Brain can mind control someone 7 squares away, bring you into like my kill box, and then I can make more bystanders around you, and I can mess you up.
He's also just leadership outwit, which is so
just
nice.
Strong. Yeah. There was at one point where someone was like, "Who's your leadership?" And I'm like, Dr. Alia Gregor, the Brain, Bloodstorm, like several leaderships on the team. Makes it really hard to like kind of take one out. So. Yeah, I dig it. I think if you're running any bystander drop off and you're unthemed, I feel like there's no reason to not play Dr. Alia Gregor. Giving +1 to all
so
bystanders is just so strong. I love her so much. I think she's great.
Another interesting play I saw was the uncommon Strife from Deadpool Weapon X.
Okay.
If you remember him.
Don't know what he does.
Yeah, pop him up real quick, and you'll see
STRYFE?
why real quick. He's got a trait, which is unique modifier. Friendly bystanders modify attack +1 and can use
That
plasticity.
is cool. That is gnarly, actually. Dang.
So he's a TK piece. He's a leadership. He's an outwit. And then friendly characters with no action tokens have safeguard opposing prop, which is also pretty nice. So there are a lot of hidden gems in Pulp. I think it's worth exploring. You can go back so far with this stuff. So before everyone gets stuck in the mindset of like, well, we know what's going to win, there's a decent amount of exploring to do, I think.
Yeah.
And even seeing this initial wave, like seriously, not seeing any constructs really played, like I didn't personally, could have missed a few. That just tells me like, okay, there's a lot of looking to still do before the big dance in Florida. So hopefully you guys, again, can make it out to that, and we can see a nice flourished field.
I would hope so. It's all looking pretty good. Like, sure, there are your old staples that are coming back, but there's enough new stuff. And there's just enough points that even if a team runs one or two like similar things, they all feel pretty dang unique.
They do, yeah.
So I dig it a lot. No, I'm really
also no
been
X-Men
enjoying
97
building it.
Nightcrawler. What the heck? He's so cool.
Oh, the rare. Oh, yeah. Fair
I'm
enough.
playing him. Like
Okay.
Pulp build start Nightcrawler.
Dang. All right.
I've just had I've gotten to play him so
My
many times.
auto is
I've
like
pulled him in.
Bloodstorm is kind of my
Sealed.
auto. Not gonna lie.
I've played him in some like kind of sillier constructed, like less gloves off. Very much like padded glove fighting. But I've really enjoyed playing that Nightcrawler, so I will continue to do that.
Absolutely. Look for any Icy Regional coming to a store near you. If you played in one, let us know how you did. So let us know your team. Tell us about it. It'd be really cool. We'd love to hear about it. If you have any questions for Dial H for HeroClix, you can send them to dialhforheroclix@gmail.com or message us on Facebook, as well as joining our Patreon. For as little as $5 a month, you can get access to our Discord server. We're typically popping in, chatting about stuff, having a grand old time there, and you can always hang out with us. And we also get questions for the show on our Discord, which brings us to this next little section here. So Iron Chef asks, should WizKids be more aggressive with bans based on the meta percentage? So I assume off of like HC units, the meta percentage or whatever.
I don't think necessarily on that, but I think there is a level of like, player sentiment and performance that you should gauge like bans more closely on. Like, I don't think going off of that metric alone is strong enough just because sample size is not big enough. You might have something to be statistically significant, but for the most part, I disagree with that.
Yeah, I kind of think for the longest time they didn't ban stuff, and I really did like that for a while, where it's like, yeah, HeroClix is a relatively balanced game for the most part. They can errata some things, but they never had to feel like they outright ban something. I know a lot of people have issues with bans when they're like, oh, I paid to have the figure, like, and now you're saying I can't use it, like, that's really a bummer. So I would prefer more like tinkering erratas than like bans, and even then you don't want to get too out of hand with those. So as far as bans go, as long as they happen before like really major events, nationals roughly, or at the very least before Worlds, if it's going to get banned, I'm okay with that. I don't think they have to be too terribly aggressive.
No, I don't think so. There's a handful of things I don't like right now, but I don't know if anything warrants a ban. I think pretty much everything I don't like right now could be fixed within errata.
I would say so.
It's like, I don't like Loki. Make it so he can't self-damage. Now I don't care that Loki exists.
Exactly.
I don't like Tri-Sentinel. Make him unique. That's more tolerable. There's fixes as opposed to just saying, like, you can't use this. Things like Amit's Tomb, though, it's like, yeah, that was ridiculous and didn't need to exist. That's an okay ban.
It's very silly.
I think it's also easier to take away an additional element
Yeah, a little card.
than it
like
is
a
to take a
figure.
figure.
Yeah, I agree.
Kong was egregious, and they still, reined him in, and he was still insane.
So good. Very good.
But he wasn't what he was, and that's what's important.
That is the biggest thing.
Err on the side of caution as opposed to just slamming the ban hammer. Obviously, there's stuff I'd love to just never see in a HeroClix game again, just like they're pretty sure every HeroClix player feels like that way about something.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you should be doing that, and especially going off a metric like that. No, I don't agree with that. Yeah. I'd be totally fine. I think a lot of people would be if they just banned Perdegaton. He's had enough table time.
Yeah, I'd be A-okay with that. There's so many teams that get messed up by that initial placement, which is just so not fun. He's just hyper effective for his point cost. sidestep TK leadership, sidestep outwit,
Prob,
poison,
see through this.
see
I've got
through
3
like
dials.
a million things.
Yeah.
The prob, the
If you attack me, you get punished. If you move next
Yep.
to me, you potentially get punished. Like, that figure's
it's
overloaded.
just too much. Yeah.
When he came out, we did like a 20-minute segment on how much we did not like him. So
It's just too much for 20 points. Like, what are you doing? You very icky, no good. Don't meet him. Yeah, I'd be okay with him going. Be okay with a few figures going. The rest of these questions, I'll kind of glance over. They're quite silly. Captain Awesome says, if I donate $100 instead of a sponsor, can I have Calder read a 2-page summary on how great Superman is? No. Absolutely not. And then Alex the Enchanter chimed in, how much money would it take for Calder to praise Superman for being a quote-unquote icon of America's most important values? Debatable, very debatable, Alex, and I would say wrong. Feel free to answer that question here on the show. I don't know. It would take a lot of money. I'm a man of conviction, so there's not much you could pay me to make me lie and go against my beliefs, but, it's kind of fun. And then Black Irish Dude says, why is there so much Supes hate? I've watched and listened for years now, and I understand the hate. I've seen the disdain and how you get provoked, but maybe I missed the source material. I do enjoy the tangents. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Superman's a really lame character, ultimately, so he's kind of the opposite of anything I enjoy about any given superhero or super character, and ironically, that is just being too perfect and having all these powers, and the writing is just not interesting. When you say Superman is like an icon to look up to and he inspires hope, it's pretty easy when you're like bulletproof and you shoot lasers out of your eyes, you can fly around and like nothing can really hurt you. Like the superheroes,
when your biggest disadvantage comes from how many advantages you have,
Right.
you have, yeah, I find it boring
I
too.
mean, just look at the
Can't
idea.
relate.
Yeah.
He tries to be human, but he's so good at
He's not.
everything.
Yeah.
It's hard for him to feel human. And his home planet's gone, and now he just gets to be a god somewhere else.
Yeah. Oh no. Poor Superman.
It's not like he remembers any of this. He doesn't
Yeah.
remember being a baby on a planet. Like, he just showed up, and he's like, yeah, I'm better than everybody here.
Just
And he was raised
naturally.
with values to not be that way. And it's like, okay, fair enough, but he still is.
Yep.
Hey,
So it's
Superman,
just-
do you want to be the best quarterback and make a...
For doing nothing.
Do you want to be the best running back? The best tight end? Best receiver?
You can be all these things.
Do you want to be LeBron James? Times a billion?
You can be LeBron James, Dale Suderman. You can be him.
You know what I
And
mean?
that's what it is, and it's no effort. Because look at just the classic archetype of like a hero's journey, right? Just for writing novels, fictionalization, everything. It's the fact that a hero starts off as an unassuming character and becomes great. Like, that's what the hero's journey is supposed to be. The character struggles and grows and becomes an icon or becomes a hero and grows within themselves. Superman is just the best at everything off rip. Look at what my favorite character is. A character that inspires hope, leads gods, leads people more powerful than him. He's just a dude. Does he have the super soldier serum? Captain America? Yeah, obviously he's more than just a dude, but still he's just the peak of the like human ability. So he can die by a bullet. He can die by a car. Yeah, like that's Batman too. Batman is just also someone who trained and worked hard. Captain America is the same hero, the same essence, the same soul as when he has the super soldier serum versus when he doesn't. That's what makes a hero interesting. When he is small and weak and frail, ridden Steve Rogers, he still volunteered for his community and did all this work for this house and like made money for his mom, who's his dad died and all these things, and still wanted to fight for his country even though he like physically couldn't, because being a hero, being a good person is not about what you physically are, it's about who you are.
I mean, you could
on
wager
the
the
inside.
same thing for Superman, though.
I guess you could to an extent, but he never actually felt weakness. He was never weak. He was just always powerful.
Another thing I hate is like, dude, how many other heroes have like the only way to beat them is with kryptonite?
Yeah, it's not interesting.
Like,
it's really not.
His weakness is so specific that kryptonite has become like, usable outside of his own literature. It's like, oh, that's my kryptonite.
That's another issue with like Superman stories in general. The normal hero story is, oh, how do I have to be creative to solve the villain? Versus Superman, it's the opposite. How does the villain have to be creative to even potentially stop Superman?
And it's never
It's
that
just
creative.
not- and it's not.
I've made a kryptonite pair of nunchucks.
Anything, yeah, kryptonite, anything. Like, so to me, how does Superman actually represent American values of like trying hard, that you can come from nothing to become like greatness, or that you can live the American dream by like the land of opportunity? He doesn't. because he's just great at everything. So
Yeah.
it's pretty easy when you look at it that way. He's a boring character. Is it thanks
It's just
to
the
him?
inverse of everyone else, where it's like
really, yeah.
I have to overcoming everything. Huh?
And that's just lame.
And people will be like, "Well, you need to read All-Star Superman, or you need to read." It's like the
so
only
funny.
Superman comic I've like genuinely enjoyed, like Superman in it, was Red Sun.
yeah, and he's just like evil, or
Yeah.
like.
Well,
he's
it's
evil.
a cool take on him.
So the alternate version.
I also
of
like
Superman
him in,
are always interesting.
Like the Dark Knight Returns. Is also,
Sure, but again, he's
cool
also
in that.
like the antagonist to the hero of
Yeah.
Batman. So then it's like, oh, how does Batman figure out how to beat the villain?
Yeah,
It's
so
like
you
a
gotta
unique
go through
way,
me
right?
first.
So I read there was a time where I actually gave Superman a chance. I was like, you know what? I'll read All-Star Superman. I'll read all these other books that people say Superman is like so great in, and then all of them just made me bigger Lex Luthor fans. Like All-Star Superman, there's a great issue. I think it's issue 3 or 4 where Clark Kent is interviewing Lex Luthor, and Lex Luthor's like, "Yeah, I like worked hard for my money." Debatable. He kind of committed insurance fraud, but then he is smart enough to like build a company, right? So Lex Luthor is actually living the American
All
dream.
money in that amount requires blood.
It's true, right? So like Lex Luthor is actually living the American dream. His parents were poor. He came from nothing. He built up his own business. He made all these great technological advancements. He employed all these great people. At one point, he like overhead presses like 300 pounds, and he's like, "Look, I'm strong because I made myself strong, not just because I am." And you're like, "Wow, Lex Luthor is an actual." Is he evil? Yes, obviously he's evil. But is he actually like a self-made man? He is, versus Superman gets everything handed to him overnight. And so that can be an oversimplification.
Again, it's like the reverse
can argue
problem
that.
where he
And
has
yeah.
to work to be lesser.
Yeah, he has to
And that's-
put on a show to be nerdy Clark Kent or whatever. And you could say that's him, blah, blah, blah. But it's just not interesting. So Superman hate, that's why. It's honestly pretty understandable.
Every now and then he gets a cool sculpt in HeroClix, and I'm like, nice. But that's about the extent of it for me. I don't hate him to the degree that you do, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just, I don't know. I also, another big selling point for me, the biggest selling point actually,
Yeah.
is costume. Superman's costume is not cool.
Oh, it sucks.
It's just not cool. I don't like it. I'm sorry. If you guys like Superman, this is, I guess, the wrong show. But man, there's just...
Well, usually it just comes out in bits and pieces. We have a question
Yeah.
asking, like, explain why. How can you hate the very first superhero? Without him, no one else would exist.
I would say the coolest thing about Superman is like Andy Warhol redrawing it.
Oh, sure. There you go.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I
And
thought
also-
he was the coolest Superman has ever been. Genuinely to me, it was David Corenswet Superman. I was like, wow, this is a Superman that I don't like off rip hate. He was a very like likable version of a character that I almost always just go, I hate this guy.
I like
So-
Superman Red and Blue. I think
Oh, there
he
you go.
looks so sick.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But it just doesn't take away the fact that he's, again, like...
Also, yeah, Red Sun, as you said, a Superman story. Lex Luthor stunts on him. Hardcore.
He does,
Put the whole word in a bottle, Superman. Freaking mic drop, dude. That was baller. Yeah. Again, every good Superman story is a better Lex Luthor story. Forever Evil? Are you kidding me? Oh, story rocks. Lex Luthor's the GOAT. Anyways, that is Dial H for
don't
HeroClix.
agree with that.
Lex Luthor, my DC GOAT. Well, no, that's even a lie. Guy Gardner, my DC GOAT.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, anyways, thank you to everybody that supports us on Patreon. If you want to ask us more questions, you can do so on there. If you just want to support the show and everything we do over here at Dial H for HeroClix, hey, we're down a sponsor. Just saying, everybody's. But if you guys want to toss a couple of bucks, oh, hey, oh, we're missing a little guy. Oh, my aching pocketbook. It's so dry. Not really. It's not really that bad, But anyways,
Not different at all.
if you want to support us, feel free to do so on Patreon. It is because of your support that we, do the show, do all these things you enjoy, and hopefully, you think our videos are pretty dang cool. So thank you to everybody that does support us on Patreon. It means a lot. Like we mentioned a few weeks ago, or maybe I didn't, we have new t-shirt designs. So anybody that joins at the $25 tier until the foreseeable future is going to get a 2 Chainz Guy Gardner t-shirt. So those will be printed and heading your way. I want to make more t-shirts. Ian wants to make more t-shirts. We just got to get artists on the phone and whatever else and get them made. So, but for right now, the new t-shirt design is out. It's Guy Gardner with a pink and a red chain on his neck. It's very cute. It's reminiscent. It's, inspired by the Chase Guy Gardner from Lantern Legacy.
And
so
the rapper 2 Chainz.
And the rapper 2 Chainz, of course, the rapper 2 Chainz. Whose music you'll have to send me some more songs because I
don't really like
him.
2 Chainz.
Oh, okay.
Either.
Well, I try.
He was always like one of those artists where it's like, oh, this is funny.
Okay.
But that's not how other people view it. I enjoy it because I think it's funny.
Okay.
But I don't like listen to 2 Chainz.
Okay. I gave it an honest shot, and I was like, yep, I didn't think it was going to be for me. Very few
Not
rap
for me
is.
either.
Yeah, so. But if you want a cool 2 Chainz Guy Gardner shirt, we'll have like that image up on Patreon and Facebook as well, so you can check out what the image is, so you know what you're buying, but that's a $25 tier. But thank you guys so much for listening. If you want to save 10% off on your HeroClix, you can go to shop.wizkids.com. Use code DIAL-H10 for 10% off your order over there. Not usable for certain pre-orders, iconics, or promos. For all your HeroClix unboxings, videos, podcasts, and more, make sure you dial H. And like always, happy trails.
It's a bird. It's a plane.
Do you really wanna click save?
Leadership.
Roll a 6, make a move extreme.
Token up.
Taking action from your team. I go straight to your start. Hypersonic speed.
Roll a 5.
Getting brave, hitting blades, claws, fangs.
KO.
Stick and move, click a few just to hit a stop. Need a 3 CCE on a flurry close.
Tear your dials apart.
Once the timer starts, do you really wanna click save? What's going up must come down. Do you really wanna click save? Baby, you got us bound. Find the word you soon become. You're the best, the judge is wrong, but you amplify the damage on. Roll your dice for initiative, son.